Someone on the show is about to get some big news. I thought the biggest news of the week was going to be that Vanessa over there is on Raya. I thought that was going to be the biggest. But someone else on the show
is also on Raya.
Is not on Raya.
Oh.
But they are about to receive big news. And I'm telling you right now, it will be probably the best thing that will happen to this person this year.
Really?
Yep.
Can you say which one of us it is?
It's not me.
Oh.
I can.
Is Jake going to get in another box?
Yeah.
It's not.
Gonna get another rap?
I'm not going to say if it's Jake or Allie, but it's big news, and I can't believe it's officially happening, and we will announce that coming up in about 5 minutes. So get ready to be a part of a massive announcement. And it's not just for one person on the show because others will be able to enjoy it, but it is. To be honest, I thought it was fake at first.
Huh.
We'll get to that. But first, what's going on in the world? There's things you should know about, and then we'll get you into those Imagine Dragons shows. Not one, but two, Double the Dragons. You get the little show right here at KROQ, and then you get another one at the Hollywood Bowl. That'll be 4 shows they're doing. Unbelievable that they've been able to fill that place up 4 times. And now, let's get to your news with Allie on KROQ.
Grab your Adderall. It's time for some ADD news. Oh, look, a lizard. I'll call you Scaly.
All right, what local animal do you think is the biggest threat to us right
Coyotes.
Oh, this is one of those riddles.
now? No, it's
Human.
not. You're still on mushrooms. It's just a regular old question.
Which animal is the biggest threat in California or in the world?
Which local animal?
Local animal. Here we go.
It's like mosquito.
Oh, yeah.
No, we don't have to do this. Jake's right. It's coyotes.
It's coyotes? Really? I was going to say raccoons because they seem like they're getting fatter and bigger and they're tearing through stuff way more. I see so many on the way in the morning.
Yeah, I mean, like mountain lions and stuff like that are always a risk, and so are bears. But coyotes are just so unafraid of humans now that it's getting really out of hand. And post-pandemic, they're just so comfortable around neighborhoods and people that in one area in Mar Vista, a pack of coyotes has started stalking the neighborhood. So they've targeted this neighborhood, and they're doing things like following people who are out walking their dogs, just out in the open on the street.
That happens on my street.
That the coyotes are just following
There's
people?
a pack of 3. Apparently, there's one weird old guy that feeds the coyotes that lives like 2 blocks away.
That's what the people are pissed because they're like, you guys have to do something. Like they're asking the county to do something, and they're like, this is your guys' problem. Somebody is attracting these coyotes, and we're not going to do anything. Like, what are we supposed to do? Get out a gun and shoot all the coyotes? Like, eventually when they're not getting food anymore, they'll go away.
There's a rumor that there's an old guy that lives at the end of the street whose wife died years ago, so he's really lonely, and he now feeds the coyotes, and as a
What
result,
does he feed them? His wife?
pieces of his wife. It's a beautiful. No, I don't know. He feeds them meat and stuff, and then they come, and then now brings them more, and now they. But someone else said they are fat, and they do walk the neighborhood in a pack. But he said at least they seem full, so they're not going to eat all the dogs.
Well, listen to this.
That was the start of this coyote apocalypse.
Janelle Arias has banded a group of neighbors together to demand action following this scare involving her pups.
My dogs were outside in the backyard going to the bathroom in the potty, and all of a sudden a coyote approached my 14-year-old senior dog and tried to attack it. Luckily, my little younger dog saw what was going on, and he chased it off.
So dogs are being picked off in their own backyards, and also people are now walking around with weapons like mace and foghorns and stuff to try and scare away the coyotes. But hey, guys, we know what you need to do.
You got to yell the phrase that pays.
Yeah, go away, coyote.
That's it. That's why we have that phrase.
That's all you got to do.
But you have to do it in a very aggressive sounding tone.
Yeah.
Go away, coyote!
That's like that
and
guy.
you got to chase them with your arms up.
Boogie boogie.
Go away.
Wow. Just yell noises. Yell phrases from the show. Don't do that. That'll bring them all. No. That's right.
No.
Oh, baby.
Bad coyote.
These are all things you can yell. Oh, man, I'd F those feet. Don't say that. They won't like it.
Okay, the Clippers Intuit Dome is nearly finished, and they have released the, quote, food experience that will be coming to the stadium. New ways for you to spend money there because they got to make that money back. And, of course, you've got all the regular stuff like Clipper dogs and popcorn, and they've got those fancy Bavarian pretzels now. But then you have hand-rolled sushi, buffalo cauliflower wraps, empanadas, and then, of course, you had mentioned earlier, Klein, those street dogs where they have the bacon-wrapped ones and all the toppings that you would find at a regular hot dog cart in the parking lot.
You know what happens after you eat all that food at the Intuit Dome, Allie?
Toilets!
1,160 toilets and urinals.
That's right. Bomber loves the toilet.
That's
3
right.
times the NBA average number of toilets and urinals. We do not want people waiting in line. We want them to get back to their damn seats at the end of the half before the game clocks.
Yeah, you ran out of speed right there, but he loves all the toilets
He
they
totally
have.
sounds like Van down by the river.
He sure does. Toilets.
Toilets! 1,160 toilets and urinals.
1,160 toilets, and Jake the Nerd's going to use every single one of them at the
Yeah.
Infinite
Oh my
Dome.
God. They should invite you to christen all of them and test. It's like a safety
Well,
test.
then it's going to be called Out to It.
They have to shut that thing
Ew.
down. Terrible joke.
That was
Flush
bad.
it.
Oh my
I
God.
liked it.
Go away, Jake.
And I know
I heard people laughing in the hallway.
Hardcore, baby.
they said that at least 12 of their regular food offerings will be available. Will be at least a 2-minute or less walking distance from every single seat.
Listen, I like the concept here. A lot of stadiums are very annoying, and there's times when I'm starving, but I won't get up because I don't want to miss the action. I also know that you got to commit to being away from your seats for 20 minutes. It happens at times. Like, there's places at Dodger Stadium I want to go to that are only in the outfield.
Right.
If I don't have seats near there, I got to make a commitment. Do I want
Exactly.
to hike
Or
all
like
the way
that
over
one
there?
pizza I want is all the way over here.
Yeah,
and all that stuff.
I think it's what they're doing. They're trying to increase fan experience. You got to do that if you want to keep our asses in them seats.
Yeah. All right. Do you know what a Chipotle boy is? Apparently, this is a trend that's been around for a while, but it's something that now people are noticing. And Chipotle boys
I thought you said Johnny is probably a Chipotle boy.
rampant. Yeah, and it's mainly happening in New York. This is where a lot of people are like, there's a lot of Chipotle boys of Manhattan, but I think this absolutely happens in Los Angeles, and I've seen it before. Like established business guys that are like young and cool and going on their lunch break, they eat at Chipotle like 5 times a week.
Yeah.
And they just love Chipotle.
Yeah, that's
and
their thing.
they are just they had that when they were like 13 years old, and that is enough flavor for them for the rest of their life, and they will always be in a Chipotle. And now people are taking pictures of Chipotle boys and posting them online because they are literally everywhere.
I can imagine there's very few things that you don't get sick of eventually, but that is one of those places where I mean, if you were to go consistently every day, like Beer Mug was a Chipotle boy, he would go every day.
I think he was just a fast food boy.
Yeah, but specifically, like he would never get sick of that. He would go day after. I'm like, you just
Well,
have
and
so
they have a
much
lot
of
of
that.
different combinations,
Yeah, but,
right?
but usually I think people get the same thing
Yeah,
every time.
exactly.
They know what their order is. Yeah,
And so those are
Chipotle boy.
Yeah, boy.
Let's get into Foo Fighters. We kick off the next hour with big news. When I say this is big, I'm not overselling. This is big news. And if you've been listening to this show for maybe, let's just say, a year or less, you've probably heard about this. But something is about to happen. It's going to happen very soon. It will change one of our lives forever.
Klein, Alley, Show! Mornings on KROQ.
106.7 KROQ.
Big day for you. In about an hour, we get you into not one, but 2 Imagine Dragons shows. Double the Dragons. Huge venue, Hollywood Bowl. Tiny venue here at KROQ. You get to go into both shows starting at 9 o'clock and happening all day here at KROQ. The big news of this morning, Allie invited this Saturday to perform the national anthem at the LA Galaxy game, and we get to write down the exact 2-sentence intro that will be presented to all of the thousands of people in attendance. You have been so great at sending us stuff on the text line, and this is just a sampling, Allie, as to what you can potentially look forward to doing. We will intro you to your ADD News now with how they could intro you on Saturday before you accomplish one of your bucket list goals, dreams, and perform the national anthem.
And now to help us honor America, please welcome a woman who claims she's a Walmart 8, but a Whole Foods 2. She once slept with her cousin, but said it wasn't weird because it was a second step cousin. Make some noise for Sally.
Imagine that.
Why am I still Sally?
I don't know, but just think of that. The place would erupt. They just want. We'll play you the 20 best. No, it's going to be too many. We'll play you the 10 best intros that people have written on the text line, and you will get to pick which one.
Yeah, the text line has been on fire all morning.
Or we will surprise you. We need a 2-second intro for Allie. 2-sentence before she sings the national anthem. And most of the people at that stadium will have no idea who you are.
Yeah, and
which
I
is
think
great
that
because
people so half listen to those things anyway, but I think that will pop. You know, if there's like, and now welcome the Onion Queen to
right.
to-
Listen, there's a lot. I've seen a lot of Onion Queen ones. Give us your best 2 sentences for intro, and then hopefully we can all hang out together and have some drinks and watch the LA Galaxy this weekend. All right, and now your actual news. Here she is.
Grab your Adderall. It's time for some ADD news. Here's Sally. Allie? Really? I've been calling her Sally.
Still with Sally. All right, Apple. Let's continue with AI. Apple made their announcement about all the AI technology that will now be incorporated into their products with the new software update. And there are a few things that we'll go over, but overall, it seems like it's going to be Siri on steroids, so you can ask her to perform functions from other apps. You can now make a mistake when you're talking to Siri and she won't freak out. You know, like if you make one mistake or want to like change one thing about a text or a direction, she's just like, nah.
Yeah.
And then you're flustered and you're like, no, wait, I meant,
Right.
And they have to do Hey Siri all over again, so that's been fixed. You can also make customized emojis. You can generate AI images of yourself or others and send them to each other.
Now you can create totally original images to make everyday conversations even more enjoyable. So, when you wish a friend a happy birthday, you can create an image of them surrounded by cake, balloons, and flowers to make it extra festive.
And of course, I'm always thinking,
so annoying.
How are people
really
going
does.
to make this
Right?
truly disgusting
Yeah.
and funny? You know, like, or you could surround it by a bunch of Ds.
Yeah, but Apple doesn't let you do that. They're very anti anything like. I mean, you can figure it out, but
People will figure it out.
Yeah, they'll figure it out. They'll
We've
figure out
come up
ways.
with codes for
I know.
emojis on genitals. Like,
Yeah.
this is so much to work with.
Yeah, I think a lot of guys will send pictures of their friends surrounded by a lot of cakes, except they're going to be selling cakes a little bit differently, if you know what I'm saying.
Another way Apple Intelligence is deeply impactful is its ability to take action across your apps. So you can say things like, pull up the files that Jaws shared with me last week, or show me all the photos of Mom, Olivia, and me.
It's all so.
I don't know
It's
these
so family oriented and
these
happy.
people at Apple. I don't know what their lives are, but I don't have any friends named Jaws, and it feels like they're so.
The email that Jaws sent me,
Yeah,
I'm like, what?
They need regular people like me that are like, find that bookie that I owe $6,000 to,
Yeah.
and come up with a reason why I'm not going to pay him this month.
Well, I think you'll like this because not only do they have better spell checking and autocorrect, and like we said before, they can summarize emails for you so that you don't have to read the whole thing. This will help you be on time, Klein.
Or play the podcast that my wife sent the other day. Suppose one of my meetings is being rescheduled for late in the afternoon.
Okay, so your meeting has been rescheduled.
Yeah, this
Ready?
is the scenario that Apple is giving you. Okay, go ahead.
And I'm wondering if it's going to prevent me from getting to my daughter's play performance on time.
Oh, man.
So it's going to do the math for you.
Right.
Apple Intelligence can process the relevant personal data to assist me. It can understand who my daughter is, the play details she sent several days ago, the time and location for my meeting, and predicted traffic between my office and the theater.
So it can tell
That's
you,
great.
hey, Klein,
This-
you need to leave now in
Right,
order to make it to your kid's graduation on time.
You want to go to no values, you need to plan on leaving at 8 a.m. so you
Exactly.
don't get stuck in terrible traffic.
So it will tell you all those things to make sure that you're never late.
All right, I like it.
All right. People,
Mostly for finding emails, because that's the part that's the...
hey, find that one email with the attachment that Klein just sent me.
Yeah, that's the
So
stuff
you don't
I
have to go searching. It'll
can
just
never
show
find.
it to you.
And it's always important stuff.
And it's always at the top of your inbox, too. All right, people have continued to be creative on what they steal. We've told you about giant hauls of Legos and copper wire, Stanley cups, pregnant goats, and now we have avocados. Hundreds of pounds of avocados were stolen, and thankfully, they have caught the guys and saved the avocados, and they caught them because of a traffic stop.
Avocados from Mexico.
So they were making their getaway with the avocados and going to, I assume, smuggle them into some location so that they could hide them forever or sell them on the black market. And I don't even know what these guys did wrong, but it was just a regular traffic stop. Hey, you left your blinker on, whatever. And then open the trunk and find hundreds of pounds of avocados.
By the way, what a pressure to have to push avocados knowing that you are up
You've
against the clock.
You've got 24 hours tops.
Maybe. I mean, if they're super hard, you may have a couple of days to unload them. But for the most part, especially if they're in a hot trunk, those things are going to go bad real
Dude,
quick.
or some of them are going to be ripe and some of them aren't going to be, and then you have to coordinate which batches to ship out and which ones to... I mean, it seems like an extremely stressful thing to steal.
And to unload a bunch of rotten avocados, oh, man. I mean, I have a hard enough time with those teeny tiny ones from Trader Joe's.
I know.
That's like 5 or 6 of them. I feel like I got to push those.
That is like an amateur's buy.
That's
where it's like,
an
okay,
amateur
the teeny tiny ones
rookie
I can
buy.
handle.
You get 5 for $2. That's a steal.
Yeah.
And they're all the size of a pill.
I know some of these grocery stores, it's like, if they're not ripe, it's like, just take them. They should just give them away for free.
We get into a brand new hour of the show. We do it at this exact moment.
Klein Alley Show.
Hey guys, sweet dividends, dong dong. Love you guys, great show.
That's the problem.
This is the world famous KROQ.
Oh, yeah, this hour, welcome to just after 8 o'clock on a Tuesday morning. It's a good hour for you if your dad ever attempted to fix something and made it much worse. Home improvement fails. Dads seem to have a way of doing that. We're not very handy. I mean, Omar is because he watches the YouTube tutorials and he can actually fix stuff, but guys like me, I would imagine I'm more the average dad where I'll be like, yeah, I should know how to do that. I have a drill and I am a dad, and then I just create so many problems. We'll take those calls. Your Father's Day F-ups could score you some tickets later this hour, plus give you a chance to give your dad some love on the radio. That's coming up this hour as we get you ready for Father's Day on Sunday. Also, we'll get into old people's secrets, help you live forever, and more of your suggestions for how Allie should be introduced on Saturday. Just invited to sing the national anthem at the Galaxy game. LA Galaxy professional sports team, that was her goal, and she's doing it on Saturday, 7 o'clock. I think that game's going to also be on Apple TV, I believe, as well, so maybe you get a chance to watch her sing it, although a lot of times they don't televise. As someone pointed out on the text line, they don't usually televise the nobodies singing the national anthem.
I'm a nobody?
How does
I'm
that
a non-televised nobody?
How does that? Oh, that's a good intro. Write that sentence down.
A non-televised
A
nobody.
non-televised nobody. We are KROQ, Klein Alley Show. I'm Klein. There's Allie. That's Jake the Nerd over there. DJ Omar Khan. You got Postmaster Johnny and Vanessa. And accepting all of your 2-sentence intros for Allie, Omar will let us know what they will sound like if they are chosen to be read out loud in front of the thousands of people in attendance at the game. Sarah is a listener of ours who's got a problem. Sarah, what's going on?
Yeah, so I have a coworker who smells really bad, and his breath also smells really bad, and he talks a lot. I mean, like, he smells so bad to the point where, like, he could be 50 feet away and his smell still lingers. And I don't know how to, like, if I should even say anything.
No, we'll help you with this. Hold on. Other people know what you're dealing with because there's one in every workplace.
We've got here. Yep, we've got Jake.
That's
Jake?
not true.
It's you, Jake.
I have a natural musk and chicks dig it.
And the person,
that's what smelly people
and
say.
The person, by the way, if you haven't been laid in 7 months, you can't use the expression "chicks dig it." In general.
Natural musk.
So
It's nature.
We're going to
Chicks
help
dig it.
Sarah. If you've dealt with this problem, would like to help out, 800-520-1067. Let's give you this one, and we will come back and solve a listener's problem next on KROQ.
Klein Alley Show.
Right now, she's just sitting here doing the radio news, but on Saturday, she's been invited to sing the national anthem at a professional sporting event. That's what you wanted, and you've done a lot of events, but there's nothing bigger than this. Allie, 7:30 kickoff, LA Galaxy Pride match versus Sporting Kansas City, and I think they're doing bobbleheads that night as well. I wonder if they're going to do bobble foreheads in honor of you being there.
Oh.
That'd be amazing. They just don't bobble. They just completely lean forward and tip over.
And it's not a bunch of them. It's just one large one.
One giant bobble. Well, anyway, the first 5,000 fans get that. But, hey, this is what is exciting. They chose Allie. She's going to be doing the big national anthem. I don't know how they're going to intro you. It's the one thing we have to get back to them with is the 2-sentence intro they will give when they bring her out to sing this national anthem. You guys have been sending them all show long on the text line.
And now to honor America, please take off your hats and cover your eyes with those hats. She overcame a Ritz cracker addiction to be here today. Make some noise for Sally.
Once again, that's not her name. It would be funny if they do the wrong name.
I think the audience is getting more disgruntled as these go on.
Yeah, the audience doesn't like the bit.
Please stand as we honor America with a woman who once returned underwear to Costco because it was too big, but she was able to pull it over her head. She also brings her baby to bars and has a stupid tattoo. Here's Allie.
That's my favorite one.
God.
And has a stupid tattoo.
But he stuttered over it, too.
Yeah.
I a stupid tattoo.
Usually when they introduce people, they say, like, you may recognize. I mean, some of the times it's not that impressive. So they'll say, this person won a singing competition in their middle school,
Right.
or they were on season 4 of The Voice or something like that. So the idea that we would come up with some of the many things you've done on the show for your intro.
She is a triple threat, singing, dancing, and cholesterol. Here to sing your national anthem and then return the outfit she's wearing right now to Ross tomorrow. Hot Alley.
All right. Well, if you have a favorite, keep them coming. We're producing them as they come in. But this one, though, may be my absolute favorite so far, and I thank you for...
Please stand as we honor America with a woman who once returned underwear to Costco because it was too big, but she was able to pull it over her head. She also brings her baby to bars and has a stupid tattoo. Here's Allie.
Oh, man. These are good.
It sounds so realistic.
Keep them coming. We got to get these to the Galaxy people. Whichever one we pick is how she'll be introduced on the field on Saturday at the game. God damn, that's going to be great. All right, your Imagine Dragons tickets coming up, but first, your news.
Grab your Adderall. It's time for ADD News. I can already feel myself getting dumber.
All right, when does Hollywood no longer become Hollywood? Usually on any given day in this town, you'd see trailers and dollies and catering tents and a million different film shoots that were taking place at any given time. But now that has completely changed, and LA's reputation of being kind of the hub of Hollywood production is going away. TV and film production locally has gone down at least 20% over the last few years, and even if there is production, they're not spending nearly as much money as they used to. And there's all kinds of reasons for this. You have the new wages for actors and writers being higher. You have taxes in California being incredibly high, so people would rather film in like Atlanta or Toronto. Then you have all the new tech that's eliminating certain jobs, and all of this is making it harder than ever to work in Hollywood. And I think as a result, movies are sucking more.
God, that is so true. And I don't want to besmirch this Hitman movie that just came to Netflix. A lot of people were saying, oh, this movie's great, and da-da-da-da-da.
Hitman movie?
It just came out on Netflix.
Is that the one where there's like one guy that plays 4 different characters
with
or something?
Glenn Powell?
Yeah, but it doesn't have that hot chick from the last movie he was in. So there's no Sydney Sweeney in it.
Sweeney.
I kept watching it, waiting for her to show up. She didn't show up. That movie... I don't get it. I don't know. People said you're going to love it. It's great. Apparently, everyone gave it all this, standing ovations at the film festivals. There's nothing to it.
Really?
I think the bar.
Is it boring?
Yeah, the bar's gotten lower. Expectations have got. I think movies have gotten worse. And you're right. Everyone's moving. Everyone's got to go do jobs in Atlanta and Toronto. Those are the 2 places.
Yeah, and then everybody starts
Used to
getting
be like,
side hustles and stuff because they're not able to support themselves the way that they used to.
So you got all these really creative people that probably have really good ideas for movies, and they just to even keep it together, just to survive, they got to do 6 other jobs, which doesn't give them even a second left to write.
Check out my Etsy shop
Because
too.
the deal used to be you move to L.A., you got a dream, and if you take enough waiter gigs, but you still allow enough time to kind of write and take some grunt jobs, eventually you'll get yourself in the opportunity where you'll make that dream happen. And I feel like that stuff is becoming harder and harder. It really is.
I think even just for crew, that is usually they're the ones working their asses off doing 16-hour days, and then they're like moving from one show to the next, and they're just working, 6-7 days a week, some of these guys, and now they're not. It's weird.
I don't know the last time I saw a movie where I said, that was great.
Well, I saw The Fall Guy
Top Gun.
in theaters.
Maybe
that
the
one
Top
was
Gun.
good.
Maybe the remake of Top Gun.
But I mean,
was so
how
good.
big of a budget was that? That was an insane movie.
I know.
And I saw The Fall Guy with Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt, and it's like, for all intents and purposes, a good movie. But even then, there's just something off about it.
Giant
There's
bomb.
just something weird.
Yeah, I don't
You're
know
like,
what's
I don't know
going on.
what is it about this movie, but it's just still not that good.
Hollywood used to take shots, and they were like, yeah, we could lose a lot, but probably now they have their little algorithm figured out, and they're like, if we put this actor and we do this style at and that's kind of how they pick everything now. They're like, just put Dwayne The Rock Johnson there, and it'll at least break even. It'll probably make money, and they're not really taking shots on stuff. I'm trying to think of like movies that were big movies that ended up being amazing, that were like these ones where they kind of took flyers on them. They're like, look, it may not work. No one even knows this cast, but then all of a sudden you get. Yeah, you look back
But
to
people
like
took risks and watched things where
Doesn't
if
happen.
I don't know what this movie's about. I don't know who's in it, but I'm going to watch it. And now there's so much content out there that if you have to anchor into something, or there's a movie star that I like, or it's a reboot of something, and if you can't latch onto something, it just kind of gets lost in the noise, unfortunately.
Someone on the text line said, bar is set lower. This is from 949. Bar set lower. People are dumber. Movies are for people that have bad taste in general. So
Well, I
they're
think
going
also
in.
all the movies that were doing well in the box office were like Marvel movies. So it was just like action movies and stuff. That was what people were going to see. So that's how they'll spend the money.
Every time we sit down and have to have a meeting about radio, they always tell us, you got to make the show easy for dummies to really appreciate. And you should do all the things like redneck news and hillbilly birthdays and celebrity birthdays. Yeah. And these are what idiots like. Idiots will...
we do have this.
Yeah, we say to them, we have dumb stuff, but we try to do dumb stuff on a much better... We don't want to do the same stupid stuff that's on every radio show across the country.
I agree.
That's why we're coming up with great stuff like this.
No, that's not an earthquake. It's the Kinkle Queen. Please stop sleeping with her wife for 2 minutes as we honor America with the human wind chime herself.
That's right. That's right. Is that not stupid enough for you?
Come on. Are you not entertained?
We're trying to be stupid, but better stupid.
That's right. Well said. You're a hero.
Trying to be better stupid.
So there are only a few numbers that people really go through the trouble of memorizing. I would say Social Security number, maybe a random landline from your childhood, and then your credit card. And starting in 2030, and I think this is starting with MasterCard, but I think this is other card companies are going to get on board. They're not going to do card numbers anymore. They're going to get rid of the 16-digit card number.
Oh, thank
Again,
God.
This is going to be way far down the line, 6 years from now. But instead of checking out online and entering your credit card information, it's going to be a randomly generated, quote, token.
Great.
So that you don't have to memorize anything. It's just, boop, there's the information, sort of like a QR code for your card.
My wife is shocked that I don't know. Not only do I not know my credit card number, I don't know the last four.
I don't know the last four?
I don't know any part of it. They say,
you know
what's
the CVV?
Yeah, if they say to me, what's the code on the back? I say, I got to go find the wallet.
That's why you memorize it, because I don't want to have to go and get my stupid wallet every time.
She knows all that stuff. She's
I memorize all that stuff.
It's funny. She doesn't even know my cell phone number. I've been with this woman 10 years. She doesn't know my number, but she knows probably 6 credit cards, like by heart.
That's great. Do you know your Social Security number?
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, I know my real one and the fake one I use.
Do you know your Chipotle rewards number?
Absolutely. Most important number. I know my current balance, Allie.
All right, there's one word that is extremely polarizing in the world of text messaging. It's one word that is used very often, but it's very often misunderstood. Klein, I will say you use this word all the time in text. If somebody says, hey, you want to meet later for dinner? And the person just responds with one word, sure, period.
Yeah.
And a lot of people
What's wrong with that?
hate that word because there's so much unsure meaning behind the word sure, where you're like, okay.
Sure is like yes, but next level. It's like I could say yes, but I'm going to say sure.
But I feel like yes is a little more inviting because it's like, sure is just a little more like, sure. Like, you're not even going to put an exclamation point on it. I don't even know if you really want to do it or if you're just... Or are you mad at me about something? Is there subtext that I'm not reading?
It's a lady for you.
That is such a woman response. Sure, what does sure mean?
Shut up.
Sure, I am what you want me for dinner.
Why
sure.
Is it sure, period?
If you're asking me if I want to meet for dinner, the answer is always going to be yes. All right. Hey, thanks for checking out some of our radio show on KROQ. Just between you and me, we're about to fire Allie, so hopefully you didn't get used to her too much. But thanks for checking it out, and we appreciate you checking out the live radio show. And
hey, what are you guys doing?
Nothing.
But you're filming something. Aren't they supposed to be involved in this?
We're not filming anything.
There's a camera right there.
Just part of the... Bye.